It's a message from the corners of the world, yeah. And it's flowing through my veins, infecting my membrane. It is taking over, pull me closer, save me from the flames. All my life I've waited for this moment to leave it all on the floor. We dance in the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. And it feels like nothing's gonna stop us. And in the darkness, that's how we know we'll be fine. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance in the fire. I'ma just say what's on my heart. Think it's time I keep it real. I knew it from the start. Some things just can't be concealed. They say that the truth, it never lies. You see it in their eyes, and it's flowing through my veins, infecting my membrane. It is taking over, pull me closer, save me from the flames. All my life I've waited for this moment to leave it all on the floor. We dance in the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. And it feels like nothing's gonna stop us. And in the darkness, that's how we know we'll be fine. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance in the fire, 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, creased in the heat. So much desire, and it consumes me, taking control. We dance in the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. And it feels like nothing's gonna stop us. And in the darkness, that's how we know we'll be fine. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance in the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance in the fire.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, welcome. I see the cat over there in the corner. What's he doing?
He's trying to get the other camera to work.
Well, maybe it's the power cord that we replaced the old one with doesn't work. Oh, welcome. Feliz Viernes, Navidad.
Sounds like Merry Christmas on a Friday.
I wanted to see if you were listening. I'm
like,
tired.
I don't know. I know. It's a rough morning to get in. Thursday nights are late. Plus, our crew was out on remote.
No. For you, Thursday nights are late. For me, Wednesdays are later. Thursdays just as late. So, you know, the back at the back at the back is...
I know. And then moving on Friday, we're just getting old. What can I tell you?
Not getting old, because I used to get tired when I was young anyway. It made no difference.
Anyway, happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone had a great week. We've actually been on the air 2 days in a row, which has been a record for a little while.
You're going to be celebrating your 9th year doing this, and you make it sound, if you take a couple of days off, it's a problem.
It's not even like we're taking them off. We're just...
No, apparently some of us, not all of us get to go to France.
I don't know. You're going on a cruise
to have a cigarette
week.
In the coffee.
But you're going on a cruise next week, so you're definitely having your vacation time coming.
It's something else.
Something else like that.
It's a whole lot of fun. And then, you know, it's funny, I didn't do many shows when you were gone because the wild was calling. And now the wild is calling again.
I know.
And everybody wants to do stuff out on the outside and more remotes. And isn't it funny that we had this meeting this morning about the equipment and everything else, and there we stand, wondering what's next.
It wasn't a meeting. It was Freddie standing literally on a soapbox, Gatto, preaching the gospel on wires and equipment. And now
what was
there
I preaching?
He is, preaching exactly what he's looking to do.
And didn't I tell you this morning that was going to be the issue?
Yes, you did.
There you have it.
Yes, you did. So.
But it's a whole lot of fun. All right, moving on.
Moving on, you had a story. You said that was Kendra Erica's latest release, and you said you had a little bit of background on
There's
that.
apparently a rumor that was sent to me through a few birds that Kendra may be asked to do something at one of the music awards.
Wow.
And they're debating whether it's her or some other artist. It all depends. I guess that the indie winner for Movie of the Year has had an impact in the industry. All of a sudden, people who never got a shot are getting a shot, and they're looking at the talent that they don't even know is available. So if you ain't got $10 million to give a superstar to do the same piece that somebody who's never been in that position, yet their music and their following and everything they do is fantastic, why wouldn't you give the indie guy a shot? So that's what's happening right now. The whole country has changed. They're giving indie. Now they got indie everything. Even on Netflix, they have an indie channel. Indie this and indie that. So fingers crossed, because we talked about this 13 years ago. And I told her, don't forget me. Hold up that cup of coffee and say, hey, Freddie, we did it.
Interesting.
And that's in some of the material I wanted to, because I know she's going to be tuning in and calling me hopefully.
All right, so check that out. More to come with information on Kendra Erica. And on the same note, we've got a new song that we're going to let our guests share with you.
This is cool.
We've got JT joining us. I call him in my phone, it's JT Saxophone. So I think that's his new name. He did not bring the saxophone, but he did bring Gianni, who's his other sidekick, who's been playing drums for 6 years with the best head of hair I think I've ever seen. Don't you wish you had that hair?
Yeah.
I know, right? I was like, I don't know. He's got a great head of hair. He was here playing drums about 3 years ago. And now he's the ripe old age of 9.
Wow.
And Dad has some information to share. So welcome, JT. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys.
I was hoping for the sax, but next time.
We have a video that plays from the day you were here. Remember when we had all these people who were
I do remember
that.
that.
I'll point at it. It plays. It's still on the
You still playing that?
Yeah, we have the video because I can't take it down. That was probably the best day I've ever had doing this in 20
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's great to be back. You guys look great. I came in with my son. He's no school, so he's off. And how you doing, Gianni? Doing good? Just wave, say hi. Yeah, so I came back just to share the good news that I recently released a song with Snoop Dogg.
Congratulations.
Yes, very exciting. You want me to give you the quick backstory?
What's the background?
So early last year, my record company, Bentley Records, offered me this collaboration. And I was like, wow, of course. I said yes immediately. And so they said, all right, get the creative juices flowing and do some writing. And, you know, it's going to be a collaboration with Snoop. So I started writing. And last summer, I talked to them, and I said, you know, they gave me some examples. Like, they gave me some samples, said, how's this? Can you play over this? How about this? And it was all, like, very hip-hop, which is fine. But I was like, you know, I'm a jazz artist. I want to put my stamp on it. I have a great song that's like a fusion. It's like jazzy. It's got some hip hop and reggae flavors to it. So, what do you think? They're like, give us a demo. So I got my musicians together. Harley is playing drums on this song. Harley Galeano played on my jazz album, which you guys have. All right, so I got him. And a friend of mine, Hugh Burrows, played bass. And a fantastic singer friend of mine, Lorenzo Jackson. And I brought him into the studio. We did this demo, and I gave it to them like the end of last summer. And they got back to me like, 2-3 weeks later, and they said, we love your song. We're going to use it.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. I was like,
Wow.
I originally thought like, all right, Snoop's going to write a song, or his people would write a song, or somebody else would write a song, and I'd just play some sax on it. And that's what I thought it was going to be in the beginning. But when they said, we want to use your song, I was more deeply honored, So I gave them the song last fall. It took a while because, as you know, Snoop is very busy. He's booked out for a long time. He just released a 21-song gospel hip-hop album. But he's, you see him on The Voice. He's in commercials, a movie, I think, right, Gianni? Gianni said he's in a SpongeBob movie. Yeah. Is that right? So, he's very busy. And also there were 3 other Bentley Records singers that were included in this collaboration. So the song had to kind of make the rounds. So it took a little while. But finally, a few weeks ago, they had said, hey, it's going to be released soon. So basically, I went to the studio. I wrote the song. It's my song. And I wrote the lyrics. And Lorenzo is singing. You wait till you hear him. He's got a great voice. And then the other featured vocalists, the three featured vocalists for Bentley, Rachel, Maddie, and Sujith, they put their own lyrics on there, of course, their voice and their own lyric arrangement, and then Snoop did the same thing. He added his voice and his own lyrics. So It is a true collaboration. The main song I wrote, but they added their stuff on there.
How cool is that? So is he with Bentley Records? How did that?
He's basically friends with them. So okay. He agreed to do this collaboration.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
did you meet him?
I did not meet him. So hopefully, I'm waiting for my phone. I'm waiting for a text from him to say, hey, JT, let's hang out. But no, nothing yet. But he, it's done through the record company. The record company acted as the liaison, really. And so they just got the song to everybody. And then it went back to Bentley. I did not mix and master it. I produced and recorded the main part of the song, but Bentley took over the finalization of it.
So this version that we're going to be playing today is the final.
This is the final release version.
Has this been released anywhere yet?
It has been released. They exclusively released it on Amazon, Pandora, Tidal, 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 and Deezer. So it has been released about a week and a half now. And when I wrote the song, actually, Gianni, one day I was working in my studio, and he's like, Dad, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm working on my song for the Snoop Dogg collaboration. And, the whole family, my wife and I and Gianni, we all love poppy new reggae, like bands like the Elevators and Stick Figure. We're going to see Stick Figure at the, I think, Amphitheater next month. But I love all those bands, Pacific Dub. And so that's always on in our house. We're always playing that. So he said to me one time, Dad, how about reggae? And I was like, you got a good idea there. So I basically wrote a fusion reggae jazz hip hop song that I think kind of breaks new ground. I've searched far and wide on YouTube. I could be missing something, but I've never found any song that Snoop is singing over that's a jazz part. So when you hear the song, it's like a swing jazz part that he's singing over. I don't think he's ever done that before. This may be the first time.
Nice. What's the name of the song?
It's called Carpe Diem.
Nice.
Right?
Spelled the same way, or do you play on words?
Carpe Diem. Nope, spelled like
Okay.
that. Seize the day. So I again, wrote this fusion tune. I figured, why write something that's just a copy? I wanted to put something that's got a fresh, new combination, because that's basically where music is these days.
Right.
Everybody's combining styles and voices and all that, so.
All right, we got
Yeah.
it. Andrew?
I had to cue it up.
palm trees sway with ease. There's a message in the air saying life's too short, so we don't care. Whoa, carpe diem. Every sunrise, every smile, gotta savor every mile. No more stressing about the little things. Just kick back, let the good vibes bring. Whoa, carpe diem. Carpe diem. Whoa, carpe diem.
Life is lined with guns and roses. Life is lined with guns and roses. Living in a world of wonders, where miraculous fills the air. So much light everywhere. Life is fleeting, yet so long. Our spirit soars and slides on a sunny day. Our spirit soars and slides on a sunny day.
Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Whoa, carpe diem.
What you talking about, dawg? What you mean, little homie? Play the post when you fall. How you keep that baby face and how you keep it so fresh? And how you keep it look like you're vegan? Wish I was like that fresh. On time, flat line, stay in my lane, you see. Boxed in, but I boxed out. Stay in my lane, you see. Nate, don't bend the codes, don't break the rules, just stay true to this shit.
Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Oh, 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 yeah. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Oh, carpe diem. Hey, carpe diem. Whoa, hey, carpe diem. Whoa.
Life is lined with guns and roses.
Hey, yeah, carpe diem. Whoa, yeah.
Very cool.
Whole new sound. Love it.
Thank you.
It's different.
Thank you,
so
yeah.
It
much.
is very different.
How
Yeah.
do people get a copy of it?
It's streaming on Amazon, Pandora, Deezer, and Tidal right now.
Under.
Under you can look under JT Jazz Carpe Diem or Snoop Dogg Carpe Diem, and the other the graphic that was on the screen has the other artists on there. But mainly, if you just put JT Jazz Carpe Diem, you'll find it,
Amazing.
or Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
So,
joining us.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thanks for having me back.
Check it out. Carpe diem. Always seize the day. Today is the day. Club 41, whatever you want to put it that way, but carpe diem. More to come. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Ding ding, here we are at the favorite chocolate store.
Sure's Chocolate. If you could have smell-o-vision in this space, oh my gosh. Tell us about Sure's Chocolate.
Well, we hand make almost everything in chocolate. We do it all in the back room here. We have a workshop back there. We just love what we do.
Everything's here from Easter bunnies to truffles to mints to, I see this toffee pretzel crunch.
It's probably our best seller. Everybody loves when they come in. Some people are a little grumpy when they walk in, but when they leave, they're happy. Everybody.
That's the way chocolate works.
Nobody ever leaves unhappy. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
If you can spell chocolate, you come here, they got it. It's everything.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
At Genix, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Genix now at genixbeauty.com.
In a world where finding reliable and compassionate home care can be overwhelming, Sunshine Home Care Services stands as a beacon of hope. That's why we've partnered with professional nurses, physical rehabilitation centers, and medical offices to ensure their patients receive the very best in home care. At Sunshine Home Care Services, our mission is simple yet profound: to support and enhance the lives of our clients. We genuinely enhance the quality of life and offer a comprehensive suite of 26 services tailored to meet every need. We go beyond the basics with health monitoring, emotional support, pet care, and home safety checks. Sunshine Home Care Services is more than just a service. It's a partnership in care. We invite you to experience the difference a compassionate team can make. For a personal consultation, call us today at 561-821-5811.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I know.
My bell is broken.
I know. I've been saying I'm going to
Hey, we're
fix
back.
it. I'm going to fix it. Great song, Carpe Diem. Great
That's
message, everything, all about it.
41, baby.
Seize the day.
Seize the day. Make it happen.
All right, so our next guest, shall we talk to Tally or Astrid? I guess we could talk to Astrid. Tom's still taking the place in. We've got Astrid joining us, and we met her. We've been doing a lot of networking at Full Circle Networking, so save the date, Friday, June 20th at 12 o'clock, but get there by 11:30. Full Circle Networking down at Ford's Garage in Plantation. Great opportunity to network, meet and greet. Last month, I believe there was about 90 people there to network with. A great group of people, great fun.
Yeah.
Proceeds from the lunch go back every month to support a foundation, and we are honored and blessed that this month and next month, Full Circle Networking, the Power of Three with Karina, Steve, and Michael have decided to donate those proceeds back to AMP Media Futures Foundation, which is the 501c3 of our interns and producers that you see every day here, that you see on the road, that you see on location, that bring all of these visions to life. They learn video production, they learn audio production, floor management, marketing, advertising. It gives them the full scope of what this business, the good, bad, and the ugly, as Fred will say, is all about. So we have a 501c3, and huge thanks and gratitude to Full Circle Networking for thinking of us. Even our wish list is out on their email. Everything from snacks and corn poppers to equipment, because going out on the road takes a lot of equipment. Getting 3 teams of interns out on the road takes triple the amount of equipment, which is triple the amount of wear and tear on wires, as you see. Grace for all the goodness that they're bringing forward.
We want to thank Sabor Latino for being gracious enough to do La Vida Boynton. They were up there last night, and they worked out very nice. We're going to be talking to them next week. They want to do a little bit more like Bramers did on Wednesday.
It's been a long week.
I know. But Wednesday's production was very nice. You had a nice turnout there. They're very happy with the way it worked. So we were looking to do more of them. So Janet just told me there's another place out on Jog that wants to get involved. We're looking at 6 other places next week. So I came up with a plan, and I'll talk to you about it, because doing the remotes work. It's great when we have entertainment, when we take this gentleman here and take their songs and music. I'm also talking to magicians. I'm talking to dancers. It's just a constant flow of what's going on. But on the 20th, come on out and support us. Get there earlier than the 11:30, because the lines begin to form. And they do this thing where we go out there and we talk to people on the lines. Like I saw my son, which I hadn't seen in, I don't know, a month. And he was on the line. He says, "What are you doing?" He says to me, "What are you doing here?" So get there and have some fun with this thing. And we appreciate everything that you have done, because there is no us without you. We're doing it on the 24th. We're going to be back at Bramers for our 9-year anniversary, which is kind of cool.
Denying.
Don't keep saying that.
Denying.
You know, I came up with this concept of...
Well, I said wine and dine because
Yeah.
it's 9. And Freddie says, well, if you have the D and the 9, you take the D away. I said, but that's not how you spell dine or 9. It's not D9.
It was
like deny.
evaporate the D so you could see through it. So it'd be wine, and the D is evaporate. You write wine, like wine and dine. It's 9. Ay, ay, ay.
Anyway, let's
They
talk.
make fun of me.
Yes, we make fun
Thank
of you all the time.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk to Astrid. We met Astrid last month with her lovely friend Miriam Bahar. And Miriam was with us yesterday of the moving experience about packing and organizing seniors in their next stage of life. And so that was a great set. And Astrid's joining us today. This woman wears so many hats. I'm not even sure, but it's all about image, beauty, art, and creativity. How's that sound to wrap it all up?
I love it. And thank you so much for the invitation. And you know what? How I wrap it up about self-expression. It's all about self-expression, the way that you express with the clothes that you choose and the way that you express with your hands. It could be, I say mixed media because it could be any technique and any material. And you don't need to even be an artist. I was listening to the guy that was being interviewed before. And you don't need to be an artist to express yourself, because we're always expressing ourselves, and it's about being conscious of what you're expressing, especially with your clothing.
And I think that's why the younger generation, they're so into art and tattoos, because it's another way of self-expression that you can really wear it And it's so beautiful.
That's yes, and also it's about, I don't know if you noticed, everything is about being personalized. I guess like there's more need of attention, like big and not so long ago, maybe last year, the dopamine colors were very trendy, like bright shocking pinks and bright orange and that combination, and it's all about self-expression. And like you're saying about the tattoos, yes, it's everything has a symbolism and everything has a meaning. And now more than ever, people are, in general, we are all wanting to show who we are. I guess I imagine with the explosion of the social media, it's becoming, it's more common to see personalized. Everything is personalized. The clothing are personalized. You're personalizing with your tattoo. But what I talk about is a lot about the symbolism. So, and you're aware of the thing that you're doing and the reason behind it, because everything has a consequence.
Well, your necklace is spectacular.
Oh, I made.
You made it?
I made it myself. Yes, yes.
From what? What's it made out of?
This is it's a cord. It's a thick cord, and I use macrame. Macrame.
Wow.
The technique is macrame knotting. And you know what? Sometimes I like to think about knotting, how knotted we are in our lives, and then to come and unknot yourself in my classes, because they could be very therapeutic.
Wow.
Also.
That's
I mean, the
pretty deep.
materials that you choose, the colors that you choose, everything says something. And if you're paying attention, even when you're creating, if you're paying attention what you're telling yourself in your mind, are you competing? Do you like what you create? Because that translates into your life. Also, can you see the beauty in what you create? Can you see the beauty in yourself?
So you're going to be doing a macrame class in Miami, you said?
I have 2 macrame classes. Today is Friday. So I have one tomorrow at the Miami Beach Botanical Garden from 5 to 7. And then another one Thursday at the La Terraza Organic. That will be at the Doral. And that's from 5:45 to 8.
Wow. How beautiful. Can you imagine being in well, it's not maybe a guy thing, but for me to be at a botanical garden and being creative and doing macrame.
Guys like botanical gardens.
Do you? Guys, I don't know if you do that.
I got married. They took the pictures in the Bronx Botanical Garden.
Okay. Were they beautiful?
And I had an allergy attack. But other than that.
my point.
But you know what? I've seen guys doing macrame also. Actually, I was reading an article how therapeutic it is in the world that we're like running and running, how therapeutic it is to slow down.
That's the thing with the one needle?
No, that's knitting.
That is crochet. I also do crochet.
I did crochet when I was younger.
What?
I used to sit when my wife was screaming at me, and I used to do crochet, and it used to drive her crazy.
Drive her crazy?
Yeah, because I was, what? That was my
talent.
Oh, stop it. But I did that.
I mean, it's very...
It is. It puts you in a place of peace.
You have to slow down. You have to slow down.
In here, they make fun of me because I do that.
Because you slow down.
Because I slow down. I sit down and I sit. And because, they're running around. And that's why they have hypertension and I don't.
Good. It's great for the health. It's excellent for the health.
It's the best.
That's a great opportunity. I haven't macrame since camp.
You used to macrame?
I used to macrame in camp, and I put the knot at the top of the board, and then make like a whole beautiful planter holder and all these cool things at camp. And it's so much fun. I think that's an awesome opportunity.
I mean, I do crochet, I do embroidery, I do all these different techniques, but macrame now, I'm doing macrame. Now my obsession is with macrame, and I think it's so beautiful. And even it's very empowering when you see what you have created. It's like, wow, I did that. And you know what? I didn't think I was creative. Never in my life. I discovered all these talents when I was 47 years old. I lived in New York, and then that's where I exposed myself to improv classes, acting classes, and all these different techniques that I use. Everything I use in my classes that I teach. I also teach seniors in communities, and it's to realize that that's what I do about self-expression, because I didn't even think I was creative.
Well, self-expression is an art form. For those of you that don't sleep at night, you ever seen the shows where they sell, what is that, CVQ? CVC?
The chopping.
Okay, so they did a study, and they wanted to find out why at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, people were up watching this. Why I know everybody's seen it at least once. I know it. And they wanted to know why. And they came out with what you're describing with talking with your hands is an art form. And the way you deliver it, the number of times that you do this move is an art form. And they would only hire people who understood the art form. And that's why people watched it. And people call in.
Wow.
And then they came out with the cards. So all you have to do is hit the button and you bought whatever was on the damn TV. But it was the invitation to do it with your hands. And I watch you and I'm looking at you and I get it. I mean, I was trained old school wise and I understand when you say what you're doing, it's the power of inviting people forward. When I met this young lady 9 years ago, we were at iHeart. And we used to do a midday show at iHeart every day. And the first show, Dawn had her hands underneath her legs.
Yeah.
And she was going like this.
How difficult.
So I'm looking at her. Now, I express myself with my hands anyway all the time. But I'm looking at her. And I said to myself, can we go to commercial break? And we go to commercial break. And I says, are you on medication? She said, why? I says, your hands. You got to use your hands. Remember this? And she said, I was told. I was told.
So one of your producers told me not to.
And I said, what? She says, of course you got to use your hands. So it's an art form. Just like this is an art form, his sax is an art form, those drums, it's an art form.
That's why I say, you know, you don't need, when people say, no, I'm not an artist, I'm like you
are.
create.
Yeah.
Gardening is an art form. Dressing is an art form. I mean, there's so many things you need to have to take into consideration to dress. Look at, I mean, all these details and the colors combination and the proportions, which I'm huge. And proportions, I mean, that's another topic.
The way you dress is an art form in other talents.
But yes, it's about self-expression.
God, that's like, yes.
You know, it's funny.
We love to tease him.
I get more teased. People know my hats more than they know me.
Because he's got two Eiffel Towers hanging from his
because
vest.
they gave me
love
some
that.
gifts, and I sort of put them on, you know, and just to remind myself that I'm going to go there eventually, because there's a story
So
to
you
this.
see, there is a symbolism
I
behind
didn't
that.
go. I was married to my second wife. I did not go to Paris. I didn't go to the Eiffel Tower because I promised her that I wouldn't go without her. And stupid me, and then I got divorced, and I never went. And she went. And she sends me all these videos from the Eiffel Tower. I may take a sax or some kind of instrument when I go and play some background music on it just to prove a point. And people will remember that more than anything else I've ever done. And I've been doing thousands of shows. I've done thousands of shows with her. I've done 9 years before I met Dawn. And they will remember that one instant. And it comes back to what you're saying. You are an artist. You just don't realize it.
You know what? And it goes back to what you heard when you were growing up. Like if they say, wow, you went like this, you draw beautiful or you draw ugly, that stays with you that marks you for the rest of your life. So yes, I think everybody we are all expressing something, always, all the time, now more than ever. We can see it on social media. And what I do is I help you be aware of what you're expressing, especially with clothing. With clothing, it's not about judging somebody, it's about being aware of what you're expressing with your clothes. That's what it's all about. And also with the classes, with the art, and it's like, when you're choosing that color, and you know what, it's like, I don't even say that depending on the class, but I do pay attention to the perfectionism. Because I say, you know what, creating self-expression is about you, perfectionism is about the others. You're not even creating for you, you're creating for the other to see what you're creating. And those are the things that I do pay attention in my classes. Like, are you competing, are you comparing? Because then you're not enjoying it.
So you're really like a self-expression therapist.
I will say, yes.
Right, whether it's through art or creating with your hands or through clothing to give people, and I know we talked about you do this for women, a sense of identifying who they really are at this stage of life.
Yes.
And you got to have confidence. If you have confidence, you can accomplish anything. And even those that are learning confidence is something that you learn. See, a lot of people are afraid to express themselves, so they won't work like that beautiful blouse that you have on. A lot of people will be intimidated to do that for all the wrong reasons. Am I going to get too much attention? Are people going to notice me? Do I have to speak? Things of that nature. I love it when I put people on camera. I don't ask them. I do it. And they go, oh my God. And they sit back. You can see how the shoulders melt backwards. But once they get the confidence, then they begin to lean forward. And things begin to happen because you can't score unless you take a shot at something. And I think that I congratulate you on your music because you took a shot and you haven't stopped. And no matter how much people try to stop you from doing it, because they're always going to tell you, I got nothing to say.
Yes.
Remember that? You always have something to say. Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
But it's interesting because I think that right now, what you do is so needed. Because what's happening is that I think that human beings' thumbs are going to become longer than the rest of the palm of the hand. Because all we do is this now. And every kid that I met, including the kids in here, all I see is this, the top of their heads, because they're always doing this. So I'm watching my son and his then fiance watching a movie in my living room, and they're talking about the movie on their phones. So I said, what are you doing? They told me. So I said, can you put that down and maybe talk? No, we don't want to disturb the movie. What? But you got to read it anyway. You got to write it. So we aren't communicating anymore.
Awesome.
We're letting our thumbs communicate. Remember the yellow pages, let your fingers do the walking? I'll never forget that. They've taken this to another form. But it's the lack of the rest of it that I'm worried about. You can play video games, but when you stop communicating, we have a problem.
There's no connection. And also, yes, self-expression is just to express what you cannot even put words into. And I agree. I mean, communication, we all seen it when we go to restaurants, everybody's on their phone. And
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, totally.
I tried something.
I'm sad.
I went to a restaurant last Saturday, and I left the phone home. I went with Linda.
Good.
And Linda's sitting there, and she took out her phone. And I just poured my water, my bubbly water and lemon. And she said, where's your phone? I said, I left it home.
Good.
She said, what? She says, you're always on your phone. I said, today is 41. Today's a new day. And I'm going to try to leave my phone home. My problem is not the phone, the texting and all that. My problem is watching sports on my phone. Because when my teams are winning, there ain't no feeling like that in the world. That's my Achilles heel, is that. But I'm going to start leaving it home when I go to restaurants, when I go to dinners and things like that. Because I can't tell you not to do something because it's not helping you, it's not helping our community, and then go out and do it myself. That's just being a hypocrite. But I really respect your thought, and I think that we, as a community, we need somebody to remind us, not to teach us, because people don't like to be taught, to remind us that there is another way.
And I agree. You know, it is about guiding and helping you. It's not about, especially with the clothing, to go into somebody's closet is very intimate. And I am very diplomatic, also very intuitive. And it's about creating awareness so you see, you know what you're expressing, because everything has a consequence. So yes, to me, coming from somebody that couldn't express, didn't even know I was creative, everything was an image, since I was like this, growing up in Puerto Rico, blonde, green eyes, everything was an image. And that was the only thing that I saw myself. I didn't even think I was creative. I was creative. And I was always expressing myself through the clothing. Always, and like you're saying, like this necklace, I hear many women tell me it's beautiful. Wear it. No, not on me. Because it's big, it gets attention. I'm comfortable now getting attention. Like wearing red, I didn't wear red for many years because I wore red at some point and I got the wrong attention and I felt very uncomfortable. So
it's beautiful. How do people reach you to be a part of your class or to follow what you're doing?
They can reach me via my website, Estilo Imago, and my email, Imago, IMAGO, Estilo Imago. And also, my email.
Amazing. All right.
And also through the Miami Beach Botanical Garden.
Beautiful.
They can also find my classes.
Or
And
you
if
can join us at
yeah.
Full Circle Networking on the 20th.
Yes. Or you can reach out
Perfect,
to
yes.
us, so we'll make sure that she
In my
gets it as well.
calendar. That's in my calendar already.
I love it. Astrid Zayas, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break on the other
Thank
side of this
you.
1 o'clock hour. We'll see what other segments they put together, and then we're going to talk to Tally Woomer. We've known her for years. You've known her for years from the radio station with Alicia
I know you for
Corey.
years. With Alicia
And it was
Curry.
just her birthday, so happy birthday, Alicia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was she
And,
24?
Yes, maybe 25.
She looks like she's 24.
I know. More to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Hi, I'm David Vito Quaderno, the owner of Xavier Restaurant in Meisner Plaza, that is in front of Meisner Park. We're a Sicilian cuisine restaurant, so I'm Sicilian. I'm just arrived from Sicily. I live in Catania, the east coast of Sicily. We offer the traditional Sicilian cuisine with the traditional ingredients that I used to import from Sicily, from the cheese to the oregano to the anchovies and different kind of fish. This is a family business already from the 1897, so it's almost 130 years business, and we're offering here the best. This is the first restaurant in the United States, so I wait for you in Meisner Park to enjoy the best and the real Sicilian kitchen. Ask you to book your tables just to be sure that you will find a place for enjoy the real Sicilian kitchen. Thank you.
For your reservation, you can call at 561-617-5424. We are open from Tuesday to Sunday from 4 to 9:30.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? With MedGuard Alert's new Care Watch, you can connect with medical professionals instantly, 24/7. No cell phone required. This life-saving medical device acts as a phone as well as a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And if you have Medicare or Medicaid, you may qualify to get yours free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to AMP2 Network. Today's segment is on National Applesauce Cake Day. Applesauce is usually known for it to be a kid's snack in lunches, but can be used instead of eggs for cakes. In any cake recipe where eggs stand supreme lies applesauce, which can also be substituted for the butter or oil for a healthier alternative in baking. However, using applesauce instead of butter or oil keeps the cake nice and moist while also removing added saturated fats that some may be concerned over. You can make your applesauce cake even healthier by using unsweetened applesauce. With all these alternatives to eggs using applesauce, it's important to note that 1/2 cup of applesauce may be a substitute for 1 egg in some baking recipes for those who have egg allergies. Replacing an egg with applesauce may make your recipe more dense, but you can add a teaspoon of baking powder to create a lighter texture. If you want to add frosting to your applesauce cake, cream cheese frosting goes very well with this yummy dessert. There are many variations of applesauce cake. You can experiment and make your applesauce cake gluten-free, dairy-free, and are even vegan-approved for family and or friends' preferences. Thank you for listening to the AMP2 Network. Now let's get back to the show.
This Day in History is brought to you by Revive Air.
June 6, 1944, Operation Overlord. The 82nd Airborne Division lands at St. Miraglys during D-Day. As part of the Allied invasion of Nazi-occupied France, paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne Division were dropped near the town of St. Miraglys in Normandy. This was one of the first key actions in the massive D-Day landings, crucial for securing the area and paving the way for the liberation of Western Europe during World War II. June 6, 1946, the Basketball Association of America, BAA, is formed in New York City. The BAA was established as a professional basketball league, which later merged with the National Basketball League, NBL, in 1949 to become the National Basketball Association, NBA, the premier basketball league in the world today. June 6, 1984, Tetris is first released in the Soviet Union. Developed by Alexei Pajitnov at the Dorodnitsyn Computing Center in Moscow, Tetris became one of the most iconic and addictive video games in history. Its simple yet challenging gameplay quickly spread worldwide, helping to shape the global gaming industry. June 6, 1924, Cyril Walker wins the U.S. Open at Oakland Hills Country Club. Virtually unknown at the time, Englishman Cyril Walker claimed his only major championship by defeating defending champion Bobby Jones by 3 strokes. His surprising victory at the U.S. Open remains one of the tournament's most unexpected outcomes. June 6, 1969, Joe Namath resigns from the NFL after conflict with Commissioner Pete Rozelle. Star quarterback Joe Namath shocked the sports world by announcing his resignation from the NFL rather than sell his stake in Bachelor's 3, a New York bar frequented by people with mob ties. Commissioner Pete Rozelle had demanded the sale to protect the league's integrity. Namath later reconsidered and returned to play.
This Day in History is brought to you by Revive Air.
Gordon? Yeah.
You didn't capture it on the bottom, Joe Namath, huh? Today?
D-Day. All right, you ready to get into this? I'm looking
Let's
at
get
this
into this.
right here that says drinks. And we've got Tally Woomer joining us today of the Hydration Station and her partner in crime. He's watching from the wings over there, so he shall remain nameless
He's smiling.
right now. But we got to reacquainted with Tally at a networking event we went to hear Laura Sanders speak about 3 weeks ago only. And since then, Brian DeCobo has been in. He has started his own radio show along with Ian Miller and Pedro.
Did you see the numbers?
Episode 2, I have not.
Wow. Numbers are really
So really, it was
good.
only episode 1 that went out. Episode 2
that's
goes
the one I'm
out
talking about.
on Monday. Definitely check that out. We've got a new set in the studio. It's interesting what they've brought forward.
It worked out very nicely. The numbers are more than... Remember
He
when I
asked,
told you Ed
actually.
Salazar was the fastest? This is going to topple Ed Salazar by
Wow.
twice, by 2.
What the radio station thing? What did Vic think?
They found it very different. I don't know what that means.
Because we've never had a male talk show
Never.
about male issues, about being a guy, being a dad, business, families, children. We've never had a fresh perspective, and certainly not for an hour with 5 men.
Men
5
are people
professional
too.
men.
Hello.
Yeah, but it's never been that way.
It's
I mean,
never.
they've always been people. We've just never
I've
shown
always endured the problem of women coming forward,
Yes.
voice being heard, and men say nothing. Say nothing.
You say a
These
lot.
guys turned it around. So more to come on that other site.
But that's where we met Tolly again, and where we met her friend Tom. So welcome to the set.
Thank you. I'm so excited. And yes, just to add my little 2 cents about the guys, I think it's incredible that they are really bringing a conversation that most men probably would want to bring out, but there haven't been a lot of platforms. So I
None.
think it's excellent, and I know them well, and we really enjoy what they bring. We've been having network meetings now for the last over a year, maybe a little less than a year, and so many just amazing people that we meet on a regular basis. And I think it just kind of draws everybody just to have that authenticity and to have real conversations, and to, we get together for all kinds of, just social events where you really get to know one another. Because at the end of the day, yes, we all want to grow our businesses, but we want to know the people that we're doing business with, that we can trust them, that we can refer them, that we like them. And that's what the real networking is all about. So yeah, I vouch for those guys. Excellent.
Now, how long have you been associated with that piece?
With the it's the mastermind, the South Florida Mastermind.
Yeah.
Right when Miller Trial Law started, both Tom and I were there. We had known Ian Miller from another group, plus he's also, he helped us with some legal issues, and he's also a Kangen Water customer. So
It's a great group. It's an intimate group. It's totally the opposite of the full circle networking. So we get to experience both ways.
Sides, yeah.
And both ways are amazing. And it's pretty cool for us to see both sides with 90 people or 20.
Yes.
And they're both powerful and they're both effective, and it's nice to be able to mix it up. But
Yeah.
this is nice because it's that intimate feel that we got a chance pretty much to talk to at least half the people there.
Yeah.
Right? And since then, I think they brought in the other half, because Doc Adam was here and David was here and Pedro and Ian and Brian, and now you guys, and Laura's been with us for years. Laura Sanders, she's just the best in real estate. I have to give her a plug. But she's great at what she does, and her networking and the way she has business. So if Laura says come, we go. Because in 2.5 years, Laura Sanders has never said to us, can you do this? Do you want to join me at a networking event?
Right.
And this one, she
That's
came
the
in a
first
month
time.
early and said, please join me on this day.
Yeah.
And it was great. And she only works with the best of the best.
Yes, absolutely. Great group of people.
So tell us what you do, one of the things that you do.
Yeah, one. So I'm really excited because I recently had an amazing opportunity to partner up with Health and Beauty from Within. It's a new wellness center and spa. It's not really new, it's just new location in East Boca. And Lori Wallace is a registered nurse that specializes in functional medicine, truly passionate about helping people from all walks of life, whether it's people that need help to balance hormones, or they have maybe insulin resistance, or need to lose weight, or just are not feeling well and not sure why, to even children with autism. Lori is truly passionate, and for a long time I've been looking for a place for my hydration station of South Florida. That's the name of my business, and it's actually located inside of the Health and Beauty from Within here at East Boca. And I had a place which was actually not too far from here. It was called Love Juice, but unfortunately they did not survive as a business. It was, very passionate people, but the rent was just way too high here in East Boca. But long story short, I've looked for a place, someone that would partner up with me that would be just as passionate about sharing health and wellness with people. And now I have a place. So what we're doing is we would love for people to come and experience this special water. And we actually give it away. We have a 2-week free water trial that allows people to really get the water in their body. And when I say special water, I'm talking about Kangen water specifically, or as it's called clinically, electrolyzed reduced water. And this water came into my life now it's 11 years ago. And I had several health issues that I was trying to address. And I believe God brought this water to me. In fact, I always... I connect it in 2 ways. One is I grew up really loving to read the Bible, and one of my favorite characters in the Bible is King David. And there's a story in the Bible where King David says like, I wish that someone would go get me the delicious, the good water from the wells near the gates of Bethlehem. And actually, he had these like super ninja fighters. They were not called ninja, but they were fighters that went through enemy lines to go get their king this water, this special, amazing water that he longed for. And he actually didn't drink it because he felt guilty that they risked their lives. And he poured it before God. And that's been like one of my favorite stories when I was little. And then my name is Tali, but that is actually short for Revital, which it means may you abound in dew. So my name is actually a water blessing. Back from where I'm from, in biblical times at least, if there was not enough dew that would fall on the ground during certain times in the year, then the crops would fail. So it was very important as part of the agriculture before they had irrigation and so forth to have enough dew. So my name is Revital, may you abound in dew, and here I am super passionate about an amazing Japanese water technology. So
where are you from?
I am originally from Israel, and I grew up in New Jersey for my high school years, and then came to Florida in 2002. And I raised 5 children here. I was part of the homeschool community for many, many years, and now my oldest daughter is actually also homeschooling. And it's funny that we're talking about creativity. All my kids are like so incredibly creative. They're all adults today, and my grandkids are also creative, very, very creative. So it's kind of running the family. So I really enjoyed the conversation. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Lori Wallace and I are hydrating South Florida.
And what is different with this water, with Kangen water? What makes it
special?
So
really the most unique property of this water, because it is significantly different. And if you visit my Facebook page called Hydration Station of South Florida, or if you go to the iwantgoodwater.com, there's a demonstration that you could watch. But this water is very rich in molecular hydrogen, and it's got a negative electrical charge, and we actually can measure that with an ORP meter. And what the implications of that is that one of the most contributing factor to premature aging and disease and cellular death is oxidative stress. So we know that free radicals are part of the immune system, but we get way too much free radicals. We are overloaded from all kinds of pollutants in our environment, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the stress, and a lot of radiation. So we know that we need antioxidants to combat this oxidative stress. And according to Dr. Horst Filzer, which I quote very often because he is the vascular surgeon here in the U.S. who actually conducted medical studies in NIH-approved labs, and he proved beyond shadow of a doubt that this water is an anti-inflammatory. It is loaded with antioxidants, and that it actually accelerates mitochondrial function. It accelerates the healing process in the body. So this is literally, you can call this anti-aging water, and you'll be speaking the truth. And it's much more hydrating, much more detoxifying. It balances your pH. And this is the water of choice of many pro athletes. There's a famous video, in fact, you can watch it on YouTube, of Tom Brady. And he's actually doing some kind of ad for, I don't even know what, but on his counter on the side, if you if you have the eye, you can see that he has his Kangen water ionizer, and he is one of the many pro athletes that drink it. Why? Because it enhances athletic performance while it also reduces recovery time. So it
is it an
unique.
ionizer, or do you buy the water made? How does it work?
So the Japanese technology is called an ionizer, and it has, and one thing I do want to note is that I also specialize in purifying the water, where when I first was introduced to Kangen water, I was not very focused, and I didn't really understand how much we needed to pre-filter the water. So we first want to clean the water from contaminants, but it's very important that we leave the essential minerals in the water so that it can be ionized. And also there's no animal on earth that drinks water devoid of minerals. So it's very important that we drink water that has naturally occurring minerals. Once it gets purified, it goes through the ionizer. There's an electrolysis chamber that the water is basically zapped with 230 watts of electricity, and it disassociates the water molecules, lending two types of waters. One is the oxidizing water that just runs off the drain, and from the top hose we get electrolyzed reduced water that's very high negatively charged, it's rich in hydrogen, it's alkalized, and it's really delicious.
But is it tap water you're working with?
Yes, we
So,
take
hold on.
ordinary
We're
tap
talking
water.
about Florida tap water.
We take the ordinary Florida tap water.
Because
now,
I
here
can
in-
tell you, it would
Here
just
in
be
East
worth
Boca,
doing.
they have a really good water system. I will say they
have
invested
good
several
water in
years
East
ago.
Boca.
They have a very good water system, but I actually take the water through 3 additional stages where we use state-of-the-art type of filters that are able to remove all the contaminants, and these are tested. This is made in the U.S., these are tested. So we are actually removing all the chemicals. We're removing chloramine, which is the main chemical that most municipalities use, although they are going to shock the system several times a year with chlorine. They just announced they're going to shock the
You
system
can
very
smell
soon.
it.
You can smell it, but what you can smell are the plastics in the water, the pharmaceuticals in the water, the heavy metals. So these filters are able to remove all of these contaminants. Now, many times people, they might be scared to filter their own tap water, so they go for that bottled water, not realizing that bottled water, first of all, is scarily much less regulated than, tap water that has to meet EPA standards. But not only is bottled water not regulated, it's been shown to be loaded with toxins, loaded with plastic molecules. It's literally a waste of money because even some people come to me and they go, Tali, I really want an ionizer. It's not in my budget. What can I do? And I said, well, invest $300-400 into this filter system. It's going to last you a year before you have to replace the cartridges, and you'll be able to really get all the contaminants out of the water and at least have clean water. It's not going to have the ionized water properties, but it will be clean. And then you're not going to have to schlep all these bottled waters from the store. And of course, we know the environmental impact of bottled water is horrendous. So I feel like whether you want a whole house filter, I have the solution. Whether you want just to filter out your water at your kitchen sink, whatever that might be, we have a solution. And if you want to take it to the next level and drink amazing alkalized water, then we have a medical grade ionizer that will serve you for the rest of your life.
So you can filter the house?
You can
your
filter the
sink?
house, yeah.
Yeah, so I have solutions both for whole house filtration or just at the sink, or some people just do like their kitchen sink and the showers, right? Or if they want to do the whole house, I have researched several filter systems that are very effective, and we install that, and then you have water at every single tap at your house that is already filtered.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask, because people do the sink and the ionize, all that gets done there, okay. But when you go take a shower and you drench yourself and it's in your hair now, in your ears, in your nose, you're absorbing it through your skin. So if you don't filter the whole place.
Yeah, so it is true that taking a 10-minute shower in unfiltered tap water, you absorb more chemicals than drinking 8 glasses of water.
That's
and that's
what I
been
heard.
proven.
Oh,
and you
that's
actually are breathing the fumes through your lungs. So I highly recommend filtering your shower. And you don't have to do a whole house to do that. We have very effective, like I go like this because they just screw onto the shower head. But they are very effective in removing
It
chemicals.
just screws onto the shower head?
Yes, I have one in one of the bathrooms in my house. I have a shower filter like that, and in my shower, I actually have what's called an Anespa unit. Well, that takes you to like a volcanic hot spring, and it not only filters the water, it ionizes it with stones from the Fukushima volcanic volcano in Japan. So that's like taking your shower to a whole new experience. But you could simply just filter out your shower water, and then you eliminate breathing in and soaking through your skin all those chemicals, chlorine and chloramine and so forth.
How long does that filter in the shower last? And what do you do with it?
It
Do you
just
get rid of
depends
and get
on
another
how
one?
many people use the water in a house. So anywhere from 6 to 12 months.
Really?
Yeah. And it's less than $100 for that filter. So it's
Really?
very
That's
inexpensive.
worth
yeah.
it.
And
That-
it's
see,
very
that's worth
effective.
it.
Very effective.
Totally worth it.
Now, the
Yeah.
thing that people need to realize is a lot of filters that you buy off the shelf. I have people go, oh, I just drink Brita water, which is better than
Than
bottled
nothing.
water,
Right.
but it's more focused on removing chlorine, whereas most municipalities, including here, use chloramine, which is chlorine and ammonia combination. And that is a little bit harder to remove. So you really need a filter that concentrates on removing chloramine more than chlorine. It will also remove chlorine, but it just needs a little bit more surface time to remove the chloramine from the water. So that's something that people are not aware of, I realize, and they think, oh, this is fine. Or they go, oh, I have a filter in my fridge. Well, that's doing very little for you, very little. Most people forget to change out that filter often enough, and that can cause problems with mold. So there are very important things to be aware of. And even though I realize it's, the last thing you want to think about is like, oh, my water filters. But think about it. Your body is made of water. You have to think about it, and you have to care about it. And it's one simple change that can really make a big difference in the intake of toxicity. And also, with the Kangen water, now you also have a way to flush out toxins very effectively from your body. So those are...
And it's really revealing because you ever notice the water outside and the hose, if you let it run, hit your house? If you see the copper, you see the minerals in the water, and they leave stains.
Yeah.
And then you go inside, and it's the same pipe. And people sometimes they make me laugh because sometimes they have hard water and they have to use softeners. All of these different things are going on in your house. But I love the fact that you are able to use a filter in the shower because I know lots of people, oh my God, they got this technology in the kitchen. And then I go to the bathroom and I say, well, what are you doing in there? And they look at me and says, no, that's okay. What do you mean it's okay? That's worse.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely is something to consider is every place where you're using water on your body, why should we overload our system with more chemicals than we already get? I do want to touch one thing on the softeners. I personally, from everything that I've looked into, and I would say a good amount of research, if you have municipality water, you don't want to soften your water. There's really no reason to do that. You're exchanging good minerals for bad minerals, just so that your water can feel softer, so that it's maybe good for your appliances or maybe feel softer on your hair. But actually, healthy water should have hard minerals. It should have calcium. It should have magnesium. And removing that, you're not doing yourself a favor. Also, there are ways to remove the harsh contaminants and the chemicals and the bad metals from water without interfering with the naturally occurring healthy minerals. Because remember, the research that led the scientists to invent Kangen water had to do with people groups that lived in different places on the earth that lived longer, healthier lives. And they were looking for the common denominator. There's even a Blue Zone book that was written. I think it's a National Geographic book. But one of the things they found is that the natural occurring water where these people lived had certain properties, and it was high in oxygen, hydrogen, alkalinity, and minerals. And that's what these scientists sought out to imitate when they created the first ionizers back in the 60s. And just to note that in Japan, Kangen water is a medical device for home use because of so much clinical data that came back. And initially it was quote unquote prescribed as a way to treat intestinal issues, but then as more and more people in their society started drinking the water, so many more benefits came to light. So aside from Dr. Horst Filzer here in the U.S. has done a lot of medical studies, we also have tons of medical studies. They're right on pubmed.gov, and if you look up electrolyzed reduced water, there's all kinds of studies from Japan, from Korea, and they all attest to the reducing oxidative stress, hydrating, and all of the things that are related to that health-wise.
What's the best way for people to reach you?
The best way is to visit iwantgoodwater.com, or if you're on Facebook, Hydration Station of South Florida, and you can schedule a time to pick up your free water. We're right on Federal Highway across from Crazy Uncle Mike's.
Wow, sounds so many options. You definitely.
IwantCleanwater.com.
I love that.
Brilliant.
You definitely got to check out the different options.
Yeah.
Great website.
Thank you.
All right, more to come. We're going to talk to our good friend Jay Harmon when we get back from the other side of this commercial break. IwantCleanwater.com. Easy enough.
There's a T-shirt.
There you go. All right, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Take 5 minutes of your time right now. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Located in the heart of Palm Beach at 300 Royal Palm Way, RCCA provides a variety of personalized outpatient therapeutics to include occupational and physical therapies, speech and language pathology treatment, as well as preschool programs for physically impaired children aged 3 to 5. Our compassionate licensed therapists specialize in hand therapy, geriatrics, neurodevelopment treatment, Parkinson's programs for language and movement, Pilates, as well as vital stimulation for swallowing disorders.
Our goal is to provide accessible therapy to all ages, regardless of financial ability. We accept Medicare and various insurance plans. Our vision is to positively transform the lives of our patients by providing quality occupational, physical, and speech therapy.
We believe in the power of custom and individual therapy sessions to improve communication, independence, and physical function of those with disabilities or injuries.
Our goal is to transform their lives back to where they were or to get them doing what they want to do.
At RCCA, we believe that every person deserves the best therapeutic treatment and a chance to recover from surgery, manage arthritis, improve their balance, or resume sports play after an injury.
RCCA has a strong relationship with the Palm Beach community, and we are a valued not-profit organization for over 85 years, helping those right here within our community.
Visit rcca.org to learn more about us. We are Palm Beach's Rehabilitation Center, and we are here for you.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back. It's almost Friday.
It
I
is
mean,
Friday.
it's Friday, but it's almost the weekend. The weekend. Not that weekends for me are ever
Thank you
relaxing.
for pointing that out.
Not
Tomorrow
that
is
weekends
the
for me are
weekend.
ever relaxing because I spend Saturdays running and
What are you
catching up on
doing?
everything else. All the things I haven't done for
You
weeks.
exhaust me during the week. The last thing in the world I need is more exhaustion on the weekend.
Good thing you're not married to me.
Oh, God
You
help.
kill yourself.
It'd be all over. Well, look who's in the house.
I know. Jay Harmon's in the house. We haven't seen Jay in a couple weeks. How you been?
I'm doing well, thank you. I've been pretty busy. I'm trying to work with marketing my artwork now, which is a whole new avenue for me to be doing rather than just making the artwork and hanging the artwork. I'm now trying to actually going out and
Sell the artwork.
find ways of marketing it. And I'm teaching. Well, now that it's summertime, I was doing after-school classes, about 4 of them a week during the school year. Now that summer is here, I am doing 10 classes.
Wow.
So
You went from 4 to 10?
I went from 4 to 10 classes. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is teaching elementary school, after school drawing classes for elementary, and it's a lot of fun. The kids have a great time, and so that I'm going to be doing all through the summer too.
I wanted to ask you, so suppose I am 12 and I'm going in to take your class, and you're you and I'm me, I'm 12. I can't draw a stick figure. What do I do? How do you treat me? That I can't draw, but I want to learn how to draw. How do you
Right.
teach me? How do you teach me?
Well, we take, first of all, I work with elementary, which starts K through 6, or 5 rather. And those kids, we have kids that are just, they've never even picked up a crayon, much before, or a pencil. And what we do, I show them the proper way to use each thing and how to draw a picture from scratch. You just one thing at a time, and it's kind of like the Bob Ross method of teaching, because I show them this is real easy how you do it, one little thing at a time, one little thing at a time. We make happy little pictures, and the kids.
Yeah, but I look at your pencil art up there. That horse would forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's simple. Do you draw a circle face with the 2 eyes and?
Well, basically, that you got to, everything, like I tell the kids, everything that you draw is a shape. Everything is a shape. It's either a straight line or a curve. And that's how really drawing is. You just combine shapes. And it's how you combine them and what you're going to do with them and this is just the drawing part, not the coloring part. That's a whole.
That's a whole different animal.
Where are you teaching? At schools or
At
day
schools,
camps?
yes. Actually 3 of them are schools. I'm teaching in another one in Delray Beach called the Achievement Center, and these are all places where they have either summer camps or summer activities.
That's amazing. 10 classes a week?
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
I do some days I do like three in one day, and so it's but It's a lot of fun. We all have fun, and we have a good time doing it. And each week is a new lesson. So
it's really great because they're just cutting more and more of the arts out of schools. They're
Oh,
cutting
they
out
are.
the arts. They're cutting out creativity. They're cutting out anything that's not dealing with testing. And then with testing, they're cutting out certain things that they think our kids don't need to know. So it's getting to the point that if you want your kids to know certain things, you're going to have to homeschool them on those items, right?
Now, I want to do a segment where, because Dawn is an artist, but she doesn't draw anymore, and I'm trying to figure out the reason why. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to put a camera up, and you and Dawn, well, there's going to be music, there's going to be entertainment, there's going to be other things, and you're going to do a piece with her. And we're going to see, because if you got me doing this, I got to get you doing that. And we're going to put it at the end to watch. Now, the only thing is that Dawn is one of those perfectionists. So if she does a straight line and it's not straight, she's going to get all. So I want to see how you can calm the savage beast.
Well, this is one thing that I work with kids. One of our rules that we work by in the working with the kids is that it doesn't have to be perfect.
You got that?
Art is not perfect. No artist has ever made a perfect other than God. No artist, human, has ever made a perfect picture. And so don't worry about it. Do the best you can. Everybody is different. Everybody creates things differently. And that's one of our main rules that we go by. And one of the other big rules that I tell the kids while they're working is have fun. You gotta have fun.
That's the good stuff, yes.
Do
you guys draw at all? Any of you guys draw at all? You draw?
I enjoy drawing, but I'm not good at it.
Okay. Do you draw? No. See, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want artists to come in here because the Mona Lisa goes up. That's what I'm looking for. People to say they're not good, they don't draw anymore, things of that nature, and sort of have canvases there.
Well,
we did this one time with the birds. Remember?
Yes, we did.
And my birds looked
one of those
like
sip and paint things.
Yeah, and I sipped more than what I drew. But I should have kept drinking because my birds were.
It might have been like
horrendous.
our 2-year anniversary. It was
That
a long
was
time ago.
hilarious, but everybody they were crying, laughing as to what was going on here, because she can draw.
Yeah.
Her daughter is an artist as well. But I want to bring it back. Yes, if I'm doing this, you're doing this. Yes, absolutely.
We're going to talk about that?
No, it's done.
Maybe Jay wants to join.
Dumb deal. What?
Maybe Jay wants to join you.
Jay's going to be teaching it.
No, in that.
No, he could do it. He could do it.
I can do it wherever you like. I mean,
this is
no,
Jay, don't.
I was going to get into the sip and draw.
We should. I recommended you to where I live. And I said, now that you gave me this idea, I'm going to call them right after the show to see if you will do a sip and draw up there. Because people have a ball with that.
That's a big thing, because what they usually do is with acrylic paint. They do the painting. But I can change that around a little bit to just do drawing.
Well, I'm going to get the number and I'll hook this up. But she's talking about something completely different. This is a different animal that they got me involved in.
That could be a talent for you.
And here we go. And it begins.
Sorry.
Why don't you tell people what you're talking about?
All right, so for more information or to see Jay's artwork here at our mini gallery, you can contact us right here at the studio, or you can find Jay on his website at coloredpencilsartist.
coloredpencilsartist.com.
All right, so you can find all of his artwork there, or come by and take a tour of all of his amazing artwork.
It's all in here.
It's just fascinating when you can see what this man can create with pencils. You're going to be amazed. You're going to think they're photographs, the detail, the muscles.
It's amazing.
Everything, the wrinkles, the movement. You just have to come by and see the studio. But what we're talking about is on August 17th, 2025, if you are a female or a male over the age of 60, you have the opportunity to enter Miss or Mr. Senior Florida. I'm not quite over 60 yet, so the running is not open for me, but the running is open for Freddie. So we're thinking that Freddie's going to be running in a pageant for Mr. Senior Florida on August 17th, 2025, down at the Julius Littman Theater. Now, it's open for any female or male to join either the Miss Senior or the Mr. Senior if you would like to accompany Freddie. We can give you all the information. It's missseniorflorida.com. You can apply online. Seems that you just need a copy of your birth certificate.
But you got to be 65 for the female.
60.
For the female also? Oh, so 60 and above, that's different. Okay.
60 and above.
Now, I only agreed to do this because Denzel Washington
might.
We haven't
There's
a rumor that he's going to be joining this. I don't think he's going to, but when they said Denzel, I say, oh, I'm all in.
So, Jay, if you want to take a chance and join Mr. Senior Florida.
Or you can take my place,
Or you
Jay.
can take his place and represent AMP. We can do all of those things.
And apparently, you have to have a talent. You see, you have a talent.
I have a talent, but it's not something that I can just stand up on a stage and,
yes, you can.
whatever they.
You can
however
if you
they
had
do
to.
That.
I can stand up on the stage. They're going to put 6 hats on me. I'm going to be 6 different personalities.
You can play the bells. You can move your Eiffel Towers. You can put a bell on your head. You can
They laid it
what is
all out for me. All I got to do is show up and do this.
I don't know what you could do.
You're funny.
Anyway, but Jay, it's good to have you back.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're summertime is a good time. And
Margaritaville. We have a margarita machine.
Margarita machine.
So we'll do sip and paint with margaritas. Ooh, that's fun.
Sounds like fun.
I may even get involved with
That's
that.
good sipping.
Sipping. It's good sipping.
Margarita and.
It's good sipping.
Margarita and paint.
It's good sipping.
It
Yeah,
sounds like a
good
lot of
sipping.
fun. Oh my gosh. All right, you ready to wrap this up?
I'm
Today's
ready.
National Higher Education
I
Day.
need a nap. I'm tired.
And apparently National Applesauce Cake Day. So
Yes,
either way.
Gato's going to make something with applesauce.
And you want clean water, so you're going to go check out the hydration station
No,
in South Florida.
I have not only clean water, but you know my tea that brings the A1C. You've seen it. You see my 1C go down, right? I want to know if I mix it with that water, will it make a difference?
The way that I would do it is I would make the tea with the Kangen water.
That's what I'm thinking.
Then you can add fresh Kangen, you'll have even more.
Like to make an iced tea, right?
All right, we'll have to try it.
We got to talk about this. This could be something spectacular.
All right.
Can you imagine?
Anything that you mix with this water is going to get delivered quicker, faster, more effective, because it's 6 times more hydrated.
See, that's what has me intrigued.
Imagine the coffee you could make with it.
Yeah, but but you put the coffee into something that heats it up, and you lose the hydrogen.
You do lose the hydrogen, but it draws out more of the coffee flavor, and it's more alkaline than regular coffee. That's why I still drink coffee, because it's not as acidic.
I got to figure this thing out because my tea I know works. And you got to drink it all the time. You got to drink it. But I'm wondering is if you have this factor added to it, maybe you drink it as iced tea. I drink hot, but I can always turn it into cold tea using the water. I got to figure this out.
All right, you ready to wrap this up? We have an interview at the door.
Absolutely.
All right, have a great weekend, everyone. Happy Friday. It's great to be back. Sorry if I kind of made you a little bit crazy this week, but you know what?
Kinda.
Why is this week different than any other week?
It's only 9
It's like
years.
Passover.
9. Somebody take the handcuffs off.
Save the date, June 20th. We're going to be at Ford's Garage down in Plantation with Full Circle Networking. And then June 24th is our, 9-year Brooklyn Cafe Show anniversary party. It's been an incredible journey, and it continues to grow. With all of you, we thank you. And with all of our crew over the past 9 years, more to come. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. And we'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.